You've seen them in the grocery store, pecking at feed, but ever wondered how these birds get from the farm to your plate? It's not just a chicken dinner, it's a whole world of farming, science, and care. Chickens are farmed in a way that's both old-fashioned and high-tech. Think barns with automatic feeders, smart lighting, and even robots helping with the job. But it's not just about efficiency. It's about keeping these birds healthy, happy, and productive, all while making sure they have the right space to grow. And let's not forget, the way we raise chickens today is changing. Some farms are going green, others are going high-tech, and more are finding ways to make it all work for the birds. So, if you've ever wondered about the life of a chicken, from birth to the table, you're in for a wild ride. Let's take a closer look. So, what exactly are we talking about? Well, chickens are birds, but not all birds are raised the same way. Some are kept for eggs, some for meat, and others are just pets. It all depends on how they're raised and what people need. When we talk about farming chickens, we're usually referring to industrial farms, also called factory farms. These are large operations where thousands of chickens are raised at once, often in controlled environments. But not all chickens are raised in the same conditions. Some are raised in smaller, more humane settings, like free-range farms or backyard coops. These places allow chickens more space to move around and live more naturally. The way chickens are raised can also affect the taste of their eggs or meat. For example, free-range chickens often have a richer flavor because they eat more varied diets and have more movement. Understanding the different types of chicken farming helps us make informed choices about the food we eat and how animals are treated. It's all about knowing where our food comes from. You might not think about it, but the way chickens are farmed affects the food you eat and the planet we all share. Every choice in farming has ripple effects that reach your plate and beyond. When you choose free-range or organic eggs, you're supporting practices that can improve animal welfare and reduce environmental harm. It's not just about the chicken, it's about how we treat all living things. Even small changes, like choosing sustainably raised meat, can lead to better land use and less pollution. You're part of a bigger picture, and your choices matter. By caring about how chickens are farmed, you're helping shape a food system that's kinder to animals and better for the earth. It's a quiet but powerful way to make a difference. Chickens have been around for thousands of years, but their farming really started to take shape around 8,000 years ago in the Middle East. People began to domesticate them for meat and eggs, which made life a lot easier. As civilizations grew, so did the way chickens were raised. In ancient Egypt, they were even considered sacred and were often depicted in art and religious ceremonies. By the time we got to medieval Europe, chickens were a common sight on farms, but they were still mostly free-range. People kept them in small enclosures and let them forage for food, much like they do today in some places. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. Factories and machines started to make farming more efficient, and chickens were no exception. Big farms began to use more structured methods, leading to the way we raise chickens today. In the 20th century, scientists and farmers worked together to improve chicken breeds, making them grow faster, lay more eggs, and survive better in large-scale farms. This is how we got the chickens we see today. So, from ancient temples to modern farms, the journey of chicken farming is a story of adaptation, innovation, and human need. And we're just getting started with the next chapter. So, chickens are like little birds that people raise for eggs and meat. They're super smart and like to run around and peck at things. They live in big coops with lots of space to walk, sleep, and play. Some even have access to the outside to run around in the sun. People feed them special food to make sure they grow strong and healthy. They also get water to drink all day long. When they grow up, some chickens are kept for eggs and others are raised for meat. But they all live happy, safe lives in their coops. The first step in chicken farming is setting up the right home for them. You start with a coop that's safe, dry, and well ventilated, with space for them to move around and sleep. Inside, you'll find nesting boxes for the hens to lay their eggs and perches for the roosts to sleep on. The floor is usually covered with bedding like straw or wood shavings to keep it dry and comfortable. In some setups, there's also a small run area outside the coop where the chickens can roam, scratch, and forage for food. This helps them stay active and healthy. Everything from the coop to the run is designed with the chickens' comfort and safety in mind. It's a place where they can live happily and grow strong. Once the chickens are in the barn, the next step is how the farmer manages their food and water. A system of troughs and feeders ensures every chicken gets what it needs. These troughs and feeders are connected to a central system that automatically dispenses food and water. This helps keep the chickens healthy and prevents waste. Some farms even use automatic waterers that adjust to the number of chickens, making sure each one has enough to drink. This system not only makes the job easier for the farmer, but also ensures the chickens are well fed and healthy. It's all part of the efficient process. The next step in the process is how the chickens are monitored for health and comfort. It's all about keeping them safe and happy. Now, the clever twist comes when the farmer needs to move the chickens for feeding or cleaning. They use a special door that only opens in one direction, forcing the chickens to follow the farmer out. This clever design keeps the chickens safe and prevents them from getting stuck or injured. It's a simple but effective way to manage their movement without stress. This system reduces the need for chasing or herding, making it easier and less stressful for both the farmer and the chickens. It's a small but smart design that shows how thoughtful farming can be. Every detail helps keep the chickens healthy and the farm running smoothly. Beneath the feathers and the clucks, there's a whole world of science happening in the chicken's body. Every cell, every organ, plays a role in turning grain into muscle, and that's where the real magic begins. Their digestive system is a high-speed factory, breaking down food into energy and building blocks for growth. It's a marvel of biological efficiency, designed to make the most of every bite. Chickens have a unique ability to convert plant-based nutrients into high-quality protein, which is why they are so valuable in food production. It's all about the chemistry of their biology. Even their bones are built for purpose, lightweight but strong, filled with marrow and packed with minerals. It's an engineering feat of evolution, optimized for survival and growth. The science doesn't stop there. From hormone regulation to immune systems, every part of a chicken's body is a carefully balanced system, all working together in perfect harmony. Understanding this science helps us see the chicken not just as a farm animal, but as a living, breathing machine of biology, built to thrive and grow. So imagine if your favorite toy was suddenly put in a cage, fed only what you needed, and never allowed to explore. That's kind of what happens to chickens on factory farms. But here's the twist. This toy isn't being kept for fun. It's being raised to be a part of a bigger toy, like a car that's going to be built into a bigger set. Okay, hear me out. The Amazon Echo Dot 5th Gen Smart Speaker. Scan that QR code or grab it from the link in the description, and hit subscribe for more pics like this. It's not cruel in the way you might think, but it's not kind either. The chicken is just a part of a system that's designed to make food efficiently. And just like that toy car, the chicken is part of a bigger picture. It's not a mistake, it's just a piece of the puzzle. So the analogy might be dumb, but it's accurate. It helps us understand what's happening without getting too complicated. You might think chickens are just happy little cluckers, but the truth is, they're actually pretty smart. They can recognize individual humans and even remember people for weeks. They also have a strong sense of smell and can detect things like predators or changes in the environment. It's not just about pecking at feed, they're actually quite observant. In some farms, they're even trained to do simple tasks, like opening doors or guiding other chickens. It's amazing how much they can learn and adapt. But don't get too comfortable, they can also be pretty sneaky. They'll steal food, hide in corners, and sometimes even play tricks on their keepers. So next time you see a chicken, remember, they're not just simple birds. They're clever, curious, and full of personality, just like us. Let me bust the first myth, that all chickens are kept in tiny cages. In reality, many farms use spacious, clean environments where chickens can move around, scratch, and even lay eggs in nesting boxes. These environments are designed to keep chickens healthy and comfortable. They have access to food, water, and shelter, just like how we need our homes to feel safe and secure. It's important to remember that not all farms are the same. Regulations and standards vary, but many modern farms prioritize animal welfare and provide chickens with better living conditions than the old stereotypes suggest. So, while there are still farms that don't meet these standards, the industry is changing. More and more people are choosing farms that care for their chickens, just like we care for our pets. Another myth is that all chickens are kept in small, cramped coops. But in reality, many farms provide spacious, well-ventilated areas for the chickens to move around and get some fresh air. These coops are designed to be comfortable and safe, with enough space for the chickens to roost, lay eggs, and socialize with each other. In addition to space, many farms also provide access to outdoor areas where chickens can explore, dust bathe, and enjoy natural light. This natural behavior is important for their health and happiness, and many farms make sure their chickens have the opportunity to live as naturally as possible. So, while some chickens may be raised in more controlled environments, it's not true that all chickens are kept in small, cramped spaces. You might be eating chicken without even realizing where it came from. Every time you grab a chicken sandwich or a fried chicken leg, you're supporting factory farming in some way. Fast food chains, grocery stores, and even your local butcher all play a role in this hidden system. It's all around you, in the food you buy and the meals you eat. This system is huge, and it's not just about the chickens, it's about how we choose to eat and what we're willing to support. Understanding where your chicken comes from is the first step in making informed choices, and that's where real change can begin. Let me tell you about a real farm I visited where things didn't go as planned. The farmer had everything set up: clean coops, fresh feed, and a happy-looking flock. But when the chickens started showing signs of stress, like listless behavior and drooping wings, the farmer realized something was wrong. The farmer quickly changed the feed, and within a week, the chickens started to bounce back, pecking, scratching, and even crowing again. This shows that even with the best intentions, things can go wrong in farming. But with quick action and knowledge, you can turn things around. Did you know some chickens are raised for their feathers, not their meat? These birds are often bred to have thick, dense plumage that's prized in the fashion industry. These special chickens are raised in controlled environments where their feathers are carefully plucked and processed for high-end clothing and accessories. The feathers are then cleaned, dyed, and turned into everything from jackets to hats, and sometimes even art pieces. It's a unique way to use chickens, not just for food, but for style and creativity, showing just how versatile these birds really are. Sometimes, things go wrong in the chicken farm. Bad weather, disease, or accidents can lead to a sudden crisis. These moments are hard for the animals and the people who care for them. When a disease breaks out, it spreads quickly. Workers rush to isolate sick birds and treat the rest, but it's a tough and emotional process for everyone involved. Injuries can happen too: a broken leg, a fall, or a predator attack. Chickens can't always tell when they're hurt, and the farmer has to act fast to help. Sometimes, despite all efforts, a chicken doesn't make it. This is a sad moment for the farmer, and it's important to handle it with care and respect. These challenges remind us that farming is not just about growth and productivity. It's also about care, responsibility, and the unpredictable nature of life. You won't see it on the brochure, but many chickens live in cramped, dimly lit spaces where they can barely move. Their lives are short, often ending before they reach their full size. The stress from overcrowding and poor conditions can lead to health problems, like respiratory issues and broken bones, all hidden from the consumer. Some farms use antibiotics heavily to prevent disease, which can lead to antibiotic resistance, a problem that affects us all. And then there's the issue of waste. Chicken manure can pollute water and soil, harming the environment and communities nearby. These are the realities that don't make it onto the packaging, the hidden costs of the chicken we eat. So how did humans even figure out how to farm chickens? Well, it started with observation. People noticed that these birds were everywhere, and they had a unique way of moving around, scratching the ground, and finding food. They realized that if they could provide shelter and food, the chickens would stay around. Over time, they started building simple coops and feeding them grains, which made the chickens more predictable and easier to manage. As farming techniques improved, people began to understand chicken behavior better. They learned to breed them for specific traits, like bigger eggs or faster growth, which helped make farming more efficient and reliable. This knowledge passed down through generations led to the modern chicken farms we know today. It was all about trial and error, patience, and learning from nature. There's one really weird edge case that's actually legal in some places. Chickens raised in a place called a barn that's more like a house than a farm. These barns have floors, walls, and even electricity, and the chickens live there their whole lives. It's like they're in a chicken version of an apartment complex. Critics argue that it's not really free range, and some say it's more like a luxury hotel for chickens. But it's a real thing, and it's part of the weird edge cases in chicken farming. In the end, it's just one of those strange, niche ways people try to raise chickens, sometimes for comfort, sometimes for regulation, and sometimes just because. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.